Live.
We are live. Hang on, we're checking my connection on Instagram. We are live on Instagram as well. This is Coach Arnie, and this is health, love, and life. And we're starting to get rolling here. I think this is our third show. Third show. So we're just starting to figure things out. I want to do a little introduction for my Instagram fans. Hey guys, hope you're there. Who's over there? Oh, yeah, there you go. Beautiful. Tell them out there that we're out there. And just to let you know that you can find me on Instagram at Coach Arnie F. You can find me on Facebook at Coach Arnie, or my main page, my personal page, which is just my main page, Arnie Fonseca Jr. You can find me on LinkedIn. I like to be over on LinkedIn and Twitter. Real Coach Arnie on Twitter. So get over to Twitter. Send me a message on Twitter. Let me hear from you. Real Coach Arnie on Twitter. Let me hear from you on Twitter, and more. But we're not going to worry about that right now. But we are over here and with health, love, and life, and we're gonna have a great show tonight. Actually, we're gonna talk about the secrets to a fulfilling life. How's that? Wouldn't you all like to know that? The secret to creating a fulfilling life. Who doesn't want that? I mean, I want that. I'm gonna listen too. So I'm also gonna, at the end of the show, I am gonna give 3 tips: one for health, one for relationships or love, and one for life in general. So let's just kind of step back for a second and give you kind of a general idea, since this is the first time we've had Instagram over here, a kind of a general idea of what's going on here with this show, and why I picked the 3 categories. Because, first of all, health. Without health, especially for us old guys, without health, there's really nothing else. Your relationships go to crap. Your business, your finances go to crap, and your life goes to crap. So if you're over the age of 50 and you're not putting a high value on your health, you are making a monster mistake. Okay? And then relationships, love, everything's relationships, whether you're on a business, personal, intimate relationships, your family, friends, doesn't matter. Everything's about relationship. Heck, when you're at the store, I have a client, he's a doctor, just retired. And his daughter went with him one time. He always gets a Subway. Guy's into Subways. And his daughter was asking why he always goes to the same Subway. And so he goes in there one time with his daughter, and not only do they give him a discount, but they all know him, and they all treat him with respect. And you know what? The guy's in his 70s, and he appreciates that. But how did he get there? He built a relationship with them, and they appreciate him. And they also know how far he comes to get their sandwich. And you know what they do? They make that sandwich extra special just for him. All because he built a relationship with them. And I even saw him one time at the gym. We were working at the gym, and one of the manager of the shop came up to him and, man, gave him a big hug and everything. It's like, are you kidding me? He's a Subway guy. No, it's called a relationship. And that's what happens, guys, when you build relationships. And so to me, everything is relationships. And then life in general, because life is hard. Life is hard, and we're supposed to kind of endure it, but why not enjoy it? It's hard enough without making it harder. Good grief. I posted today on probably Instagram about complaining and blaming and all the goofy things that we do in life that just don't work. you know, that no one cares. So embrace it a little bit. Look for the good stuff. Look for the good stuff. You might surprise yourself, guys. You might surprise yourself with what happens. So what I want to do tonight is talk about what I consider my my 4 levels of life experiences. And I'm going to demonstrate and show you and talk about and dig down in there a little bit here for the next half hour or so about how we can create an amazing, fulfilling life. Okay? So I'm going to go through these 4 different levels, and we're going to talk about them. We're going to talk about them. All right? Life experience number 1. Life experience level 1. Everybody got that? Level 1. That's for my radio tribe, and that's for Instagram. Level 1. And it feels good. It's good for you. It's good for others, and it serves a greater good. That's a level 1 experience. I mean, who doesn't want that? Ooh. Uh-oh. You know what? Hang on a second, guys. I'm going to plug this in. Hang on. That's what happens when I don't check my phone, Cece. So, hang on a minute while I give me a little juice here before I lose my Instagram audience. Hang on, Instagram.
Arnie, I think you're doing a great job. You can go ahead and plug your phone in. I had you on Instagram too.
Okay, hang on.
Yeah.
Hang on, Instagram. I got you now. We're good.
Okay.
We're good. Forgive my hand there. Okay. So here we go. All right. Here we go. We're good. I got my power in now. We're good to go. All right. So level 1 experience. Let's go over that again. Feels good. Good for you. Good for others. And it serves a greater good. Now, who wouldn't want that? Good grief, man. Life would be pretty easy if everything was like that, right? That's like eating ice cream all day long, right? Except actually, it's not that good for you, but it sure tastes good. So, but a good, something that feels just so good inside of you, and it's good for you, it's good for others, and it serves your community. It serves beyond yourself. That's a level 1 experience. That's what we all strive for. Now, level 2, this is where it gets a little tricky. Level 2 is that it doesn't feel good. Doesn't feel good. But it's good for you. It's good for others, and it serves a greater good. When I first started to do workshops on my 4 life experiences, I used to call this Eat Your Broccoli. Okay? Because a lot of people don't like broccoli. Doesn't taste good. It's broccoli, right? But we all knew that broccoli was good for you. And it served the greater good, because if you were healthier, you could be, remember what I said earlier, if you don't have your health, you're kind of a mess. So it would make you healthier so you could be more productive. And then if you were more productive, you felt better about yourself. Now you can contribute to your community, all because you ate broccoli? Yeah. So that's a level 2 experience, because it doesn't feel or taste or whatever it is good, but it's good for you. It's good for you. And it's good for other people too, because when you're feeling good, it's good for everybody else. Okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to camp here for a second. I'm going to camp at level 2, because I just don't want to lose the, first of all, we got somebody here. I'm going to wave at them here. Hey, how you doing? And James is there. Let me wave at James as well. Hey, guys. And could you put up the radio station's link? I was going to just share it here with the guys on Instagram, just in case they can have it for their notes. Either way, because all my information on the show is on my Facebook page, guys. So, but we're going to get it up here on the screen in a minute. But So let's look at level 2 for a minute. How could I have a fulfilling life? That's the question, right? How can I be in charge of that? Let me tell you something. If you can figure out, and that's going to be your tip tonight as well, I'm giving you a heads up. If you can figure out how to turn a level 2 experience into a level 1 experience, your life all of a sudden is going to take off. Think about that. Think about the power that you'll have. Things that don't feel good, but are good for you and good for others and serve the greater good. If you could somehow get them to feel good, you will be on your way to creating an amazing, fulfilling life. All right. Something else I've added to that lesson is hard choices, easy life. Let me explain. If you have to make a hard choice in life, we all do almost every day. Some of us, just to get up in the morning, it's a hard choice. Hard choice, easy life. Get it? You make some hard choices, your life gets easier. If you get up and go to work, hey guys, I'm just waving over here at my Instagram folks. Love you guys. And then you make money and you can pay your rent or your house payment and take care of things and go to a nice restaurant and buy clothes and do fun things. But if you choose not to go to work or go there late, you may lose your job. Got it? Easy choice, lay in bed, makes for a hard life. You may lose your job. Okay? You may not go to the gym, so you may get out of shape. Bad for your health. Easy choice, eat bad food instead of eating the broccoli. Okay? Not good for your life. Makes for a tough life. So let's review real quick before we get on to level 3, because level 2 is the key here. Level 2 is the key to the whole lesson tonight. If we can figure out a way to flip things in our life that don't feel good. Okay? You know, I'll give you a little story, a little antidote in my own life. Many years ago, I was becoming an ultra athlete. So I was doing some marathons and trail running and getting into longer distances. And so I would go out every Saturday and I would run pretty hard on the trails. Hey guys, trying to say hi to everybody here. And my wife was just starting to run marathons herself, pushing our son in his wheelchair. And she wanted me to go with her. I was tired. I really was. And so I thought to myself, wait a minute. How can you make this work? Well, looking at my love language was quality time. Her love language was acts of service. We may have a deal here. Now, I never told her this. It may have come up in workshops you've heard before, so she knows the story. But by me putting it in my head, hey, look, if I go out for a walk with her, a 2 or 3 hour walk, that's 2 or 3 hours of quality time with my wife. Okay? That hits my love language. And I'm doing her a favor, which is her love language. Bam. All of a sudden, I wasn't thinking about how tired I was anymore. Okay? So now I was able to flip a level 2 experience because I knew it was good for me. Okay, I knew it was good for others, and it served the greater good. I knew that. It just didn't feel good. But I turned it into a event, into an activity that felt good. Okay, so that's an anecdote. That's a story that I had personally that I was able to do. And you're going to be able to do the same thing once you start to look at things a little differently. Once you start to look at things a little differently. So that's level 2 experience. That's the hinge. That's the key to that secret, the secret to a fulfilling life. So let's bounce down just for a second here to level 3 experience. These are things that feel good, but they're not good for you. They're not good for others, and they don't serve the greater good. This is where it kind of crosses over with my easy choices, okay? Just kind of simplified it. This is that easy choice, guys. This is the bowl of ice cream. Tastes good. It really does. It's cold. Hopefully it's chocolate, and at least in my case. But tastes good. But you know what? It's not good for you. Okay, it's really not. I mean, the worst thing in the world is eat fat and sugar at the same time. Okay? So it's not good for you. And then, which means it's not going to be good for your health, which means it's not going to be good for others. And it's not going to serve the greater good because it's not going to keep you healthy. It's not going to allow you to have the energy to serve your community and do all the things you need to do beyond yourself, because you're going to be miserable. Doggone it. You know, I've known many of folks in their 80s and 90s that wish they wouldn't have had so much doggone ice cream. Okay? Especially when diabetes is raging through their body. All right? Hey, guys. I'm just saying another hello here. So don't, and there's Cece. Got your thumbs up. All right. So I don't want you to think about, you know, when these are just easy choices, and we fall prey to this. That's like hitting the snooze button on your alarm clock, okay, or your phone. Don't do that, because you're going to pay the price later, and you're going to beat yourself up about it. All right, it's an easy choice, and it just doesn't serve the greater good. And honestly, it's just the crap we do every day. All of us do it. We all do it. Okay? We all do it, whether it's, you know, here's one that really gets me a little bit, and I teach a lot of the young guys I work with not to do this. It's kind of, I think the millennials, you guys invented this thing, ghosting. You know, the reason us boomers don't know much about it because we didn't have a phone to ghost anybody with. Okay, so you guys have gotten real good at this ghosting thing, which means if you don't want to talk to somebody, you just don't talk to them. And it's the most amazing thing on the planet. So although you're on your phone constantly, but then all of a sudden you can't find you. You're like a ghost. So because one of the things that I teach, especially the young folks that I work with, is get on the phone and talk to people. Let them know what's going on. Communicate. Gosh darn. So that's a level 3 experience. It doesn't feel, it feels good just to avoid conflict. Oh, we all want to avoid conflict. Who doesn't want to avoid conflict? I mean, I got news for you. I got my hand up in the air. Got both of them up in the air. I don't like conflict. I don't relish it. I don't embrace it. And so, but at the same time, why do you want to carry that around? Let me share another anecdote. You got me going now. There was 3 monks that were going to a monastery that was 3 days journey away. 3 monks. And they all had sworn to never to touch a woman. Sworn it. Get it? So on the first day they're journeying, they're going to get ready to cross this big river. The first monk goes by, crosses, and there happens to be a woman there and her baby at the edge of the river. Well, he walked right by her, didn't even look. He swore not to have any contact with women. He just kept marching. He went through this water, was raging. It was about his waist, and he just kind of working his way through straight across. The second monk, same thing, didn't even turn his head, went right across. The third monk stopped, and he helped that woman and her baby across the river. And then he continued his journey. For 2 more days, they journeyed on until they got to where they were going. Hey, guys. And guess what happened? When they got to the monastery or wherever monks hang out, They were sitting there, and all of a sudden the two other monks goes, "We cannot believe that what you did." He goes, "What do you mean?" He goes, "You touched that woman." And he goes, "Wow." He goes, "I helped her, but for an instant. You've been carrying her for the last 2.5 days." Right? Yeah, you can avoid somebody by not talking to them, but you're carrying that around all the time. Instead of just getting them on the phone and say, "Hey, look, I'm not interested. Hey, look, I don't want the job. Hey, look, I'm not interested in you. Hey, look, blah, blah, whatever." Communicate. It's huge. It's not that hard, but it's hard the longer you don't do it. So we got to learn how to communicate again. Here we have a generation of folks that are emailers and texters and Facebookers and Instagram DMers and LinkedIn messaging all over the place. But you think they got that freaking phone in their hand. You can't call somebody and say no or yes, whatever works. But communicate. You'd be surprised what happens. You'll feel better, and you won't be carrying this stuff around. Gosh, maybe if you looked around, maybe that's why all of our postures are so bad. Besides working on the computer, is because we're carrying crap around all day long. Get rid of it. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. So that's a level 3 experience. It's a crap we do all the time, and we need to stop it. I got another story in my head, but I'm going to let go by here. I'll make a note here. I'll come back to it. So let's go to level 4. Level 4, it doesn't feel good. It's not good for us. It's not good for others. And it doesn't serve the greater good. And you're like going, who the heck is doing that? A lot of people that are stuck. Think about it. Drugs, alcohol, goofy behavior, men, pornography, and other things that they're into. Just dumb stuff that all of us do from time to time. And some people can't stop it. It's an addiction. And we just can't break that habit, because no one gets up in the morning and says, "Hey, I'm going to get up today and do really stupid stuff today." Is there anybody out there that does that? Send me a note here. Say, "That's me. I get up every morning and plan on doing stupid stuff every day." Come on. No one does that, but it just happens. And it's because we're stuck in a pattern, and we have to learn how to break that pattern so that we can get out of that rut that we're in. And breaking that pattern takes work. It takes work. You got to continually break, whenever you find yourself trying to do something like that, you got to find a way to break the pattern. I was talking to a grief counselor today, because I'm really doing a lot of work on grief lately because of my own family, because I want to learn about it. I'm even contemplating getting certified in this area as well, because man, I think it's going to be a big thing coming up here. A lot of people are dealing with grief, right? Huh? I bet there's a lot of people in the audience right now that are dealing with grief. And one of the things, I was just curious and asked her all kinds of questions, and we were just on a phone call. She's probably thinking, man, who is this guy? And so, but one of the things she told me that she does to break it up for herself was dance. And she didn't even know about my background as an exercise physiologist. I thought, wow, perfect. Because movement is the fastest way to do that. We can break up a pattern. If we're not feeling good, if we're feeling depressed, if we're feeling sad, if we're feeling angry, we've heard that for years. Go for a walk. It's true. Okay. If you're feeling, maybe you're sitting at your desk and you're getting a bunch of bad emails and bunch of no's on the phone, stand up and do some up downs in your chair and squats and stuff, and you'll change you'll change the way you're thinking. You really will. Movement is one of the fastest way to change your state of mind. That's why when you're going through a tough time in your life, gosh, I know it's hard choice. Get up and go for a walk, or get up and go work in the garden, or get up and ride your bike, or go swimming. I promise you'll feel better. Even if it's for the time that you're just doing it. just the time you're doing it, I promise you, you'll feel better. That's a start. I know people that can't get out of bed and they're laying there depressed and sad. It's not going to go away by wishing. It's like a wish sandwich, right? You've ever heard of a wish sandwich? A wish sandwich is, I got this from a movie, so I know there's a lot of you millennials weren't even born then, but you have 2 pieces of white bread and you wish you had something to put in between it. Okay? So wishing that all your woes are going to go away doesn't work. What works is you getting up there and moving. Now, she used movement, but she also said, and as I also say quite a bit, music is beautiful. Music works. Yoga, which is a form of movement. Yoga is great. Okay, movement. Meditation is wonderful. Breathing. One of the simplest ways that you can do it is through box breathing, which is in 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold 7, and then release 8. And just repeat that for a couple minutes. I promise you, you will break the pattern, if only for a minute or two. But isn't that better than a continuation of all that horrible pain? Come on. You know, listen, I know that the antidote to pain is progress. If we just had a little bit of progress in our life, whatever it might be, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a job, whether it's a health issue, whether it's a financial issue, something. If we just had a little nugget of progress, it would get us, it would keep us going. It would get us to the next rest stop. Wouldn't it? Wouldn't it get us to the next rest stop so we can catch our breath? Get another drink of water, you know, wipe our brow and check out the path we're on. Make sure we're on the right way, going the right way. I mean, I've been out there in trails, guys, where I was going the wrong way. And when I got where I was going, I said, this is not where I'm supposed to be. That's because I wasn't moving in the right direction. Okay. So you want to check where you're going, check your GPS, and then you keep going. And you get to the next rest stop. And you check yours, and pretty soon you keep doing that, you're going to get somewhere. And you're going to get where you want to go. But if you just stop and quit and sit in a corner and suck your thumb, there's a good chance you're not going to get where you want to go. Okay? So that's how you start to break that ugly pattern of being stuck in a level 4 experience. Because for most people, meditation, prayer, movement, yoga, music feels good, doesn't it? I mean, I even the people that I know that are diagnosed, and I'm big on this, I'm not going to get into this tonight, but that are diagnosed manic depressants or other kind of really severe mental disorders, they all feel good from time to time when they choose their music, when they choose their way of meditating or prayer, you know, their whatever it is that they choose, they feel good. So, gosh, why not start there and break the pattern and just keep breaking that pattern? You know, maybe it's every 15 minutes. Maybe it's once an hour. Maybe it's every 5 minutes. I don't know what it is for you, but you got to break that pattern. Keep breaking it, keep breaking it, keep breaking it, keep breaking it. And pretty soon you're going to forget what it was all about. But you got to break the pattern. You got to break that pattern. So that's a level 4 experience. That's a level 4 experience. So let's kind of race back up the chain here and go back to level 2 and remind yourself that the key to a fulfilling life is being able to change experiences that don't feel good into experiences that feel good. Okay? Into experiences that feel good. It's that simple, guys. It's that simple. And once we can do that, then we all know a system, a strategy that we can start to create our fulfilling life. It's not up to somebody else. If you're waiting for somebody to tell you how to make something feel good, you're going to be waiting a long time. If you will sit back and figure it out, and that's going to be your, let's just jump in there for a second. That's going to be your life tip tonight for life. Your life tip, because I'm doing health, love, and life. That's going to be your life tip tonight. Find a level 2 experience in your life. Find something that you know you have to do, but it just doesn't feel good. You know you have to do it. It doesn't feel good, and you know it's good for you, and you know it's good for others, and it serves a greater good. You know that. Look at it. Stare at it and go, okay, what can I do to make this feel better? It may not feel good right away, but you can make it feel better. And pretty soon, a couple more times, feeling better, feeling better, feeling better. Pretty soon, it's a level 1 experience, guys. It's a level 1 experience. Just like sometimes it doesn't feel good to give something away. But you know what? Sometimes when you hand somebody a gift, whether it be monetary or something else, or time, and you look in their eyes and like going, wow, I totally didn't expect this. And you sweat it out. You said, man, I don't know if I can afford this. But when you saw it in their eyes, what it did for them, man, you can't tell me that didn't feel good. Huh? Think that might encourage you to do it again? I think so. Because it was good for others, and it served the greater good. Okay? So, these are the kinds of things you can do. So that's your life tip tonight. Actually, it's an assignment. Look for something, and you don't have to stop at one. Look for some things that you could turn. You could flip into a level 1. Something that doesn't feel good, but it's good for you, into something that feels good and is good for you. Okay? So that's your assignment on the tip there. Now, as far as your health tip, this is a big one. And I got it this weekend because I was listening, because I'm really big on, I'm not going to get into nutrition tonight, but we've done some. But I was listening to 2 doctors this weekend. One was a book that I'm reading. Another was a podcast I was listening to. And both of them had the exact opposite when it came to nutrition. Both of them. And I'm not going to say which one, but one was kind of cutting down the other one, not by name, but by program. And the other one wasn't. Hey, guys. Flatbed. Richard, what's up, man? How you doing? And but I found myself laughing because I heard the second show the day after. Hey guys. And I thought it was so funny that here you have a doctor on one side was saying this is really good for you and this is really horrible for you. And then the next day, the exact opposite from a doctor. And so I'm thinking to myself, wow, no wonder most Americans are confused as all hell, especially when it comes to nutrition. And so you know what most people do? They just go, the hell with it. I'll just do what I'm going to do anyways. And the food companies know that because most Americans just don't have the time to look into it. I mean, I study this stuff. So So my tip to you is experiment. Do some homework. Find your blood type. If you have questions about that, send me a message. You can call me. I take phone calls all the time. Find your blood type. Let's figure this thing out for yourself. Find what works for you. Quit listening to other people. Good God. Have you not figured it out by now in your life? Other people are not interested in what's best for you. They're interested in what's best for them. Hello? They may not know it. They may love you, but I got news for you. When it comes down to it, it's about them. I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is. You need to be your number one fan. Okay? I'm just giving you a heads up. Quit putting your faith in other people. You want the fastest way to be depressed? Put your faith in other people. Fast. You'll be depressed pretty quick. Put it in yourself. Put it in God. Put it in your whoever you look up to spiritually. Don't put it in other people. Other people will let you down. I promise you. And they're not going to give you the advice that's best for you. They're going to give you the opinion that makes them feel good. So that's your tip. That's your health tip. Experiment. Let's figure this doggone thing out. There's no right or wrong answer. Let me take that back. There is a right or wrong answer for you specifically. It's what works for you. And I've said this before. I don't think I've said it on this show. I may have, but I know I've said it on quite a number of broadcasts that I don't care if you ate M&Ms all day long. I really don't. If your blood work, your urinalysis, and all these tests they can run were great and you felt great, keep eating M&Ms. I don't think it's going to happen, but golly, I'm not going to tell you what to do to feel good. You're going to figure that thing out. So experiment. Start experimenting with things for yourself. What works for you? Okay? So that's your health tip. Now, your relationship tip is this. This is important because you can use this not only in your relationships, but you can use it for your business too, as far as relationships at work. What do you want? What do you want? Your relationship tip cannot start off with, what do you want your partner to do? Got it? That's a bad place to start, guys, because you can't control them. You can't control the guy next to you in the little thing there. And there's a great book. Let me give you a little heads up. Oh man, I just looked it up tonight. It's not the 5 love languages. It's the 5. Oh gosh. It's the 5. Oh man, I don't want to click out of this. I thought I'd written it down. I'll get it. We'll figure that out. But it's a book written by Dr. Chapman for businesses, and it's really good. It's the 5 something languages, and I just had it before I clicked in here tonight. But we'll get that to you. And so it's very important. Okay, very important that that you write down what you want, because what that's going to do, like if I'm sitting at work with somebody and I want that person to get along with me, I want that person to maybe have lunch with me, I want that person to get along, I don't know, whatever you want, I don't know what you want. Now you got to look at that and say, what do I need to do to attract that out of that person? Now you can make some changes. Maybe you need to come in every day and be a little more happy. Maybe you need to come in every day and quit bitching and moaning about your life. Maybe you need to come in once a day or during the day and compliment a little bit more. Be a little kinder. Be a little bit better listener. I don't know. I don't know what you want, but you do. That's your tip. What do you want? Write it down. I would have 3 lists maybe. One for my work, one for my family, and one for my intimate relationships. What do you want? You have to know what you want in order to discover what you need to do. Okay, so that's your relationship tip, and then let me review real quickly while we finish up here in another minute. Is the life tip was find a level 2 experience, and flip it into a level 1. Okay, something that feels good. Remember that. Remember that. And then let me finish off here. We got a minute. We have a minute. And there was a YouTube video. I wanted to share this little anecdote. There's a YouTube video. That's it. 5 love languages of appreciation in the workplace. 5 love languages of appreciation in the workplace. Great book. All right. Now, Dr. Chapman. But Bob Newhart, he was an old-time comedian, Bob Newhart, psychologist, and somebody came into him and he was offering this great deal that if he couldn't solve their thing in 5 minutes or less, their problem, it was going to be free. If not, it was going to be like, $200. So person comes in here and she's telling all these problems. He's listening. And he goes, "Are you done yet?" And she goes, and she goes on for another minute or two. And he goes, "You done?" And she goes, "Yeah, I'm done. That's it." And he goes, "Okay, stop it." That was his advice. Stop it. And she looked at him and said, "Is that it?" She goes, "That's it. Just stop doing that." And he goes, "That'll be $200. She goes, whoa, wait a minute. What are you talking about? You didn't do anything." I said, "Yes, I did. I told you to stop doing all that stuff." And I'm telling you the same thing. If you're doing dumb stuff, stop it, guys. Break it up. Break the pattern. Do some music. Do some yoga. Do some meditation. Do some prayer. Move, dance, whatever you need to do. Get up from your chair. Move around. Make a phone call to somebody. Do something kind. Open a door. Smile. Go work down at the church or the retirement home. Give somebody a hug. I told somebody today that I was working with, she was having a bad day. I gave her a big hug and I said, "You know what? You're enough and you're loved." And she looked at me with the biggest smile on her face and said, "Thanks." It's that easy, guys. It's that easy. That made me feel good. I know it made her feel good, but it made me feel good. So if you're bumming, don't go looking for bumming. Go look for feeling good. All right. Well, I appreciate everybody being here. I know I don't want to run over anymore. This is Coach Arnie with Health, Love, and Life. And I appreciate you guys being here. And I appreciate Cece and all her help and everybody else. And Instagram, thank you guys. I appreciate everybody on Instagram tonight. Look me up on Facebook, on Instagram as well. And love hearing from you guys. And shoot me a message anytime. Love you guys. Talk to you later. I'm out.